Musketeer Coaches Show, and it's right here on Fox Sports Radio 620 Camden. Curtis Anderson with you, along with the head coach of the Sioux City Musketeers, that is Luke Strand. The Musketeers coming off a terrific victory on Friday. Only one game, 5-1 was the final score, and the Musketeers come out on top against the Des Moines Buccaneers. Got lots of good questions for this game. Starting off...
Not public answers.
Well, you answer what you want, Luke. I'll still ask the questions. You just answer.
Deal.
If you need to just curl down in a fetal position on the ground, you go ahead. Okay.
I don't turtle.
Okay, I'm just checking. Anyways, let's talk about it. Terrific game you guys played in. That's an awesome environment they have. It's a smaller rink. They have big-size players, small neutral zone, small everything, the corners and everything about it. They came out, scored right away, and that kind of woke you guys up. You didn't wait till the second period to get going at this place. I thought it was just a terrific bounce back.
Yeah, the response there, it's 15-7 shots in the first, and it might have been their first shot, or at least for sure their first chance that did go in. But that being said, I was extremely pleased and impressed with Ben Cross, because Fortune been in that building, has not been in his side. So I thought he had a good response. Leading to that point, I thought we really controlled a lot of the play, and then after that, I thought it did, to your point, give us a good shot in the arm wake-up call.
You guys come back, and obviously your top unit was outstanding. Callie and Kelly, Pospisil and Brink, and it was awesome because their goaltending was really good, and it took 3 attempts before Bobby Brink gets that goal. And then the look by Pospisil to even find him wide, that was relentless.
Crazy. You come out of a corner, you have a net jam, you have a second one to look at and shoot, and then you get it back, and actually most players at that point, I think if you're in Martin's position, you were maybe
jam another one.
Yeah, you're going to shove it in there and see if it squeezes through. But twofold, I mean, you got to get Bobby's his offensive awareness away from the puck to spread and get open, find a soft spot, and then Martin not to panic, but yet slide it over. And really, at the end of the day, all that traffic, all that confusion, it was Bobby's wide open net to tap it into.
Yeah, it was good. And by the way, he even waited a second, too.
I should have said, by the time it was off his tape, Thurney, their goalie, is a talented kid. He had his crack at trying to get across to that thing.
But he did, but that's another thing about Bobby Brink. His release is so quick.
Release, and he knew where it was going to go.
Yes.
He did.
Yes, it's like he had a little laser beam off his stick, what direction it wants to go.
That group, to your point, Pasa and Brink and Marcus they were outstanding. I thought they skated, they created offense. They just found loose pucks, and not only did they find loose pucks, I thought their battle and compete level was really high for themselves.
You guys come away tied at 1 apiece, and I think most of the time, if you're in Lincoln or in Des Moines against very good opponents, you're pretty happy about being tied after one, getting used to it, or even being tied in Waterloo. Different type of environments. But then the second period comes along, and here you go. Pospisil, Callie and Kelly, Pospisil in that period. 2 more power play goals. You guys moved the puck so well. And again, on a smaller space. I thought of any line would be this line of skill that likes to use space might have difficulties.
Yeah, the one, to their credit, they can make like broken plays. Once a play breaks down, their skill really takes over to get somebody out of position, and it doesn't take a lot of room for them to be able to make those plays. You got to. I mean, you look at Martin. Martin, I thought, played hard. Like, he played heavy,
back at both sides.
The way he tracked and skated and hunted down on the back check and did some things that way were outstanding. But I thought he used his shoulders, his body great, created space, and he just get in this realm of hearing, Brinker's not a great skater or something's up with that or whatever. The kid never loses a race. He comes out with the puck all the time, and he will stick his nose where it doesn't belong 100% of the time. So I was pretty proud of those guys, and especially, that goal 4, goal 5, whatever it is, a couple minutes apart.
The back-to-backies.
That was a pretty back-breaking moment.
And Kelly getting a goal, I think it kind of got his rhythm right back rolling for the team as well, which is funny because his numbers are so good.
It lit him on fire, though.
Yes.
His step, he had another step, he had another gear, his puck confidence to go track things down. And then, you just found him around it a lot more.
Yeah, really. And then let's finish off with the final goal in this one. It's Parker Ford, and it's a Parker Ford goal. It's called effort and then extra effort.
The kid's just, hats off to Parker. I mean, whenever, same type of deal. Whenever someone doesn't feel like he can get a job done or find an opportunity for it, he either creates it on his own or he's going to do something without the puck to create something. And, in this case, I think we're just finding offensively successful Parker Ford because of his effort and his legs. He's got ability, don't get me wrong, but you can't deny that part of his game.
Well, it was effort all the way through. Obviously it started getting chippy in the second period, started getting even worse in the third period. Obviously, we'll talk about that. I'm just going to throw out mine. I'll give this one, and the league can say whatever they want back to me, but I nominated Martin Pospisil for Forward of the Week. 1 game, 2 goals, 2 assists, a dominant force, second place versus second place, huge game on the line, on the road, game winner. Let's see, what else can I put in there? Everything about the game. And by the way, he's the one that you would expect maybe to be in the suspension fight area, and he's over there talking to the referee afterwards. I think we kind of got hosed on that one, Coach. Because the other guy had 2 goals, 2 assists. I'm sure he played well. I'm sure he did.
You are correct.
Yes, he played terrific. They had 2 wins, but 1 game, 4 points.
I just, Martin's, I thought it's just...
Because I'm the one, I'm trying to push these guys. Heck, I could have won. How about can we just have the line of the week?
Yeah, I mean, good for them, though. I mean, you put yourselves in a big game, in a big moment, and they responded with big moment things. And that being said, you couldn't be happier for, just Martin. He goes about his business. His game has very much cleaned up. I actually had a discussion just on the other side of it saying, okay, let's all acknowledge he's cleaned his game up, and now let's not wait for someone to do enough to him to light the switch and turn the time bomb on.
Well, we saw that last year.
Can we not call it before it gets to that point?
How about the slash against him is what you're saying, or whatever against?
I mean, that's... you don't like to say it, but you're supposed to take care of your better players in the league and not wait till it explodes. So hopefully that just continues to grow and clean up, and it'd be great for him because otherwise sometimes someone's going to play with fire.
Well, the other side too. If I'm the other coach, I want my guys to give him a little hack. I want him to leave for 5 and 10 minutes. I have a much better chance. He's in the game. It's tough to beat the Musketeers
all the time. I mean, if you compared the tale of 2 years here, I always joke between his games injured, games suspended, and penalty minutes. Well, the games suspended and penalty minutes are 14 games from a year ago.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of time.
I think he had a target, though, towards the end. And I know you're trying not to put a target on him, but it's the back of your brain,
So you couldn't be happier for him to find a way to go. And you know what? The kid just keeps on growing. I think he grows as a person. He grows as a player. For sure as a leader. And just his maturity is showing up everywhere on the rink.
Well,
last night at the parade, here he is on one knee handing out tickets to little kids on the side of the road.
That's awesome.
The kids, he deserves more credit than what he gets that way.
Well, he's an A on your sweater. He's getting credit from you guys, and obviously Calgary knows what they're getting, and college and everyone else in between. So
yeah, there's a few discussions after that Des Moines game from
Calgary people.
A couple NHL teams are there like, oof, I guess we missed. Like, yeah, you might have.
Well, okay, let's talk about the craziness. And I thought things were getting a little crazy, especially in the second period. When the whistle blows and Nielsen's going after, does not blow, excuse me. The puck is loose, and then he gets mugged, and he gets called for a 2-minute minor for roughing. Parker Ford is a clean check, no arm in the air, and then he gets hammered by 2 guys, and he gets a 2-minute minor for roughing. I'm a little confused on it. I thought that's just my personal opinion. That's where things were getting wrong. And there's no penalty on Nilsson or Parker Ford on those, right?
No. And, so that's where the game was going. I think there's 2, you want to try to control what you can control, but at the same time not take liberties upon yourself either. So I think at the end of the period where...
End of the second period.
Where Brink and Baker get called for roughing.
Yep. Yeah, they were really tough in that one.
They're big guys, so they got in there. And so at that point, I think, I'm glad that we had some composure and we did our part. And at the end of the day, no one has to like how everything ended up with, even like the whole deal. Like, you watch Brink get put in a headlock and Poss comes in and knocks the guy down that puts Brink in the headlock, and
he gets a 2-minute.
He gets 4
double minor.
So, the altercation occurs. There's a league-wide rule, same stoppage, multiple altercation.
I understand that, but you got to take some kind of just my personal opinion. You got to take some consideration. Okay, so Aaron Groundsy goes off. He gets a 5 and a 10. That was him and Henriksen, or who was he? Wendland. Okay, yeah. So that's fine. And then it was over. And then I think it was Lombardi one that wasn't too far after that one. It just kind of stirred up. But I'm sorry, your team captain and Kerr were not looking to fight. They were by your bench. They, if someone's going to punch me, I'm going to punch back. So I don't know. That's just my personal opinion on the outside of that. But they're going by the rules, and that's what they're going with.
Yeah.
So you got 3 suspensions, which I think is awfully tough because there's absolutely, if they were up 5-1, there's no way Johnson and Kerr are starting any fights. They're not dropping gloves with anybody. I don't have a fault with Des Moines even doing it because it's just kind of part of the game. But you can't get nailed for 2 games for it. It's 3 guys losing 2 games. Is it black and white? Apparently, black and white. There's no gray aries in there. So
yeah.
All right, I'll be done hammering it. But I was just, it's a little frustrating on the part where when John, how many penalty minutes does Johnson have total in the USHL?
Well, I know none of them say fight in front of it, that's for sure. And I'm certain that, Kerr's not going to want to fight Malinowski, who's a big kid. Mm-hmm. A big, tough kid. So
he's big, tough. He's good player. Good player.
So at the end of the day, I think we were offered a solution of maybe if you don't fight back or you turtle, and that's just not going to happen.
You'll take the penalties.
That's not going to happen.
Yep. So let's get a break in. We'll come back and find out who's on the roster for tomorrow. The Musketeer Coaches Show is right here on Fox Sports Radio 620 KMNS.
Keep your mind out of the gutter and in. This is the Sioux City Musketeers Coaches Show. Now here's your host, Curtis Anderson.
Musketeer Coaches Show is right here on Fox Sports Radio 620 KMNS. Curtis Anderson. Luke Strand is the head coach of the Sioux City Musketeers. It's Wednesday. It is Friday at home. It is Saturday on the road. Let me give you some deals here. By the way, you got the border battle. I hear the Huskers and Hawkeyes are playing on Friday. If you wear a Husker or Hawkeye, any paraphernalia, go to the ticket office on Friday. That's $10 tickets.
I like it.
I think they should even have it for free if they lose the game.
The winners should get it free.
Yeah, there you go. Dollar beers on Friday.
The opposition should pay for the winner to come to the game.
I'm sorry, it's double the charge for you to get a Hawkeye or vice versa, whoever wins. I do want to mention this. College ID gets you $7 tickets always. College ID, $7 tickets. And then
Nielsen has one of those?
I know he has one of them. He's going to go back to school just to do it. He's going to get in the second master's or something like that. We're going for a quadruple major. Also, let's see, Toy Drive is starting up. And starting up this week, end of the week, $15 or more on an unwrapped toy, get you a ticket. That's an awesome deal. And then one more thing, coming up on Friday, they're going to have silent auction. You guys are doing the warm-up jerseys. We saw them on Friday. If people watched or what have you, or were down, we had some good fans, by the way.
Yeah, it was a terrific crowd.
Yeah, the USS Sioux City. They have the warm-up jerseys for that. That's going to be a silent
Wednesday
auction.
and Friday.
And Friday.
As well. Yep.
Gotcha. So that's what's coming up. The one thing I want to know is who is playing defense on the team. We do know. Okay, it's official. 2 games Kerr, 2 games Johnson, and 2 games Lombardi. Right?
Correct.
I can take them off my spot chart, is what you're saying for now.
New spot chart.
Okay, new spot chart on that. That rounds it down, pending health to 4 defensemen right now. How is Tommy doing? I know he's been battling illness for a while.
Yeah, no, passes back.
Good.
Skated, practiced. I think got some legs back underneath him. Hopefully, actually, might even be a shot in the arm with a little bit of rest. So it should be a good spot.
Yeah, that's awfully good. Good, because you need. There's 5 right there. Any chance we see a forward back there?
Well, if it's my wish.
Heard some rumors about the idea. That's why I bring it up.
Well, I think Steiny's a heck of a D. That's why. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I mean, right now,
If you need something.
if we need something, I could see it happening. If we would get in other areas, maybe. But at the same time, I think we got to give our group the benefit of the doubt, and they can handle the load. And you basically look at this as a Wednesday game, and not really don't look at the whole 3 and 4. Get our guys that opportunity there to come out there and you know what, take advantage of opportunity. That's a huge part of what we have to do.
You and teams have dealt with not enough defensemen, not enough forwards in the past. It's worked. It actually gets more ice time to guys, and maybe you'll see that they earn a little more ice time because the way things are going right now, I thought Smith had a terrific game. Plasinski is really coming along. I like the way, we know Jack Babbage. Jack is fine. Grenzen is coming along a
Big
long
time.
ways, too.
I think you couldn't be more proud of the young guys. I think opportunity
with the leaders like a Babbage and guys like that.
I think they've had some good balance in their play. You want. Sometimes you fail forward. That's how it goes. Early in the year, you're trying to do things. You're finding out what does work, what doesn't work, and then I think when you stop repeating the same mistake, you're taking strides. And those guys, in my opinion, they're at that point of what we're doing right now, and Krenz and Plasinski keep taking strides. It'll be great to have pass back in the lineup, and you know what, we're looking. You look at Wednesday, and you look at Babs. Like, Babs, here's a big moment for you. Like, this is a stand-up moment. I read the guys my letter to dear optimist, dear pessimist, and dear realist. This is why you guys were arguing about the glass of water.
Which
I drank it.
you drank it.
Signed the opportunist. So it's their job. Like, here it is. Like, everyone, I think, as they should. They're young players. They want to make their own mark. You're always looking for an opportunity to help yourself, and now it's here. Now go walk through that door and take advantage of it.
Speaking of guys, and hopefully coming back even further, how's Boleen? How did you like him in this game? Did he feel good about the game afterwards? It's kind of up to him right now.
You know what? It was a little bit of just getting Bo's feet under him and getting him some opportunity there. I did like. It would have been probably nicer to get him, and he did. He had 8 minutes of ice there in the third, basically out of all the situations. So. That was a good step, and I think you'll just see more and more of Josh. And I know his eyes slowly healing. If anything's healing, maybe even more, that's just his own confidence about what it is and his route and recognition. He's having some vision issues there, so he's working hard at that. And part of it's just time, but part of it's you got to be you got to suck it up and figure out a way to handle that part too. And he is. He's working his hardest.
And then, obviously, I know you had some other illness, too. I was either Bunting or Hale there, too.
Bunce has been he's been out ill here this week, and actually, knock on wood, unfortunately, Cybele's out sick right now. So
what are you on? My charts are completely getting changed.
We'll have an emergency goalie tomorrow of Blake Beller will be our emergency goalie here
awesome.
For the Metro. So it should be,
are you kidding me? Blake is coming.
Yeah, it's a good deal. You know what, Blake
for tomorrow because they're off for a little bit.
Yeah, and you know what? Kudos to them. He and some teammates come out and practice with us pretty regularly, and the kid puts in his time, and we just kind of felt it was an opportunity for a young man at home to do some things here, and why not give him a crack?
You know what? The last time a guy from his hometown was in Jersey was Bo Erickson. Hinton, Iowa.
I'd take Bo.
Is where Blake Beller. And Bo, I remember, came in. A little fun history for you. He was the emergency goaltender in the Clark Cup final when the Musketeers beat the Omaha Lancers because Mayotte had a family issue as his sister. And so Bo came in, and poor Bo, you know, you're talking about a veteran team, a bunch of old guys, and the slap shots to the skull in practice were just amazing. And of course, then Bo came back.
Yep.
And was a terrific goaltender for the Musketeers.
For sure. I don't think it really hurt any of Bo's.
No.
Mine sells up there, let's put it that way.
Oh, well, anyways, it's just kind of interesting that here comes another Hinton one and Blake had a terrific year last year, and obviously he's leading the Metros this year. So.
Yeah, so it's exciting for him, and I think those opportunities at hand are important, and you know, he comes out to practice, does his work, he does take some to the head. I'll give him tons of credit, though. The kid jumps in there and stops in front of a bullet pretty quick.
What are you putting these guys in plastic bubbles, or what's going on?
Oh, quarantining's an option, I think. No, you know what? It's just we got to get through this whole stretch. There's been some games, obviously travel, bus. Those situations all add up. So we need these home games to count, and we got to find a way that the opportunity knocks, you take advantage of it.
Well, perfect. I do have another message too. Here, one more about coming up. Let me mention real quick here. I got it from Bobby Batchelor. One of the official linesmen for tomorrow and Friday night's game is local SYHA and Metro player Cody Clark. He's been doing North American League, and so another Metro involved. And I think he learned everything from Bobby Batchelor, where I got that information.
Well,
now I hope he didn't hear everything.
No, that's Bobby, good. I'll tell you what. Back in the day, it was really enjoyable to have Batch. Batch has a great handle on players, and Cody's obviously been around locker rooms and players and reffing situations. So good for him. That's an awesome another feather here for the cap.
Perfect. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. It is the Musketeer Coaches Show, and it's right here on Fox Sports Radio 620 KMNS.
U.S. Bank. Now here's your host, Curtis Anderson.
This is the Musketeer Coaches Show, and it's right here at Bob Rose North End Zone in Leeds. It's where good times gather on the north side. Also brought to you by Knife River. But yeah, got people eating all over the place in here. Makes me kind of hungry. This week, it is 3 different games, 3 different opponents. We'll start off with the Waterloo Blackhawks, and the first thing that comes to mind is that last game you played against them and how good they are at pressuring.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, do you want me to go in depth on reminding you on this? I don't think I do.
No, Waterloo is talented. They skate. They've got stick skill. They're in first place in the West right now for good reason. They've scored goals, a ton of goals. Their power play is at 38%.
That number has been up there 35+% all season.
Yeah, I mean, they've got. I think they've got good balance. They've kind of got two groups. They get into two different looks of it, and they've been opportunistic about what they've brought to the table with it. So we have to be a little bit on high alert. Maybe, hopefully, get some more 5-on-5 play. I mean, you look at the chances. Between our two clubs have been high. I think it's been a little bit too high for both. I mean, bet you both teams would like less, and but we've got to be on guard because obviously they're lethal about what they do, and you got to be aware. And it doesn't matter the time or the score; they're going to keep coming after it.
Orville, Blumel, first off, and Cassetti, Koopman. Oh, I could throw in Ness. They got a number of lines.
Yeah, they do. I mean, that Koopman, Orville, Blumel line has been on fire.
And then because Orville and Blumel might not start together, but they end together.
They sure do a lot. And talented guys. First off is definitely a young player here in our league that's got dynamic offensive skill about what they do. So, you know what? Hats off to them. I think their decoy's got some experience, and their goaltending, you got to get after them because you got to make them give up some goals. But, you know, buyer beware. You've got to be on top of it because they're going to continue to attack you.
Well, continue with that one. Obviously, you have that one Friday. And I guess I'm a little surprised at Fargo's record at 7-7-0-2. They have pieces. They play hard. Why are they only 500?
Maybe schedule, maybe timing, just didn't get it maybe together. Maybe just some returning players that they haven't quite got back into the league groove of things. But very talented team, very scary opponent. I think their game has continued to improve, and they're always a lethal opponent. Kerry's a great coach, and his kids play hard.
Oh, they always play hard.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever. I don't care if they're below 500.
Yep.
It's never an easy one. And then obviously Saturday you go right back to the scene of the crime in Des Moines, and at least you played there. So, well, I'm sorry. The scene of what transpired Friday. Am I using my words wrong tonight?
Is it Tombstone? You know what? Yeah. So, I mean, all familiar opponents. I think expectation level for our group has got to be high. I think the confidence level of our group has got to be high. And it is. It's going to be about guys taking advantage of opportunity at hand. At the end of the day, you still got us. We need our scorers to score and our checkers to check, and we're going to have to work hard without the puck defensively.
How about it's opportunity? Back to the opportunity.
Correct.
Johnson and Kerr, they put a lot of minutes in.
They do. There's. I know for sure I've tracked
Have you tracked minutes?
a 30-minute night plus of Mr. Johnson. So they do. I think there's a responsibility of our group maybe to even tighten everything up to manage, not only because obviously we've got capable people to go in there and play, but their situational needs that they adjust to. Oftentimes first penalty killers, oftentimes obviously Johnson on the top of the one power play. So someone's going to get a crack at it. When it's your turn, take advantage of it. And then all of us have got a part to do to either limit what we're going to give up or work to the point where we're going to have to cover some things up.
Well, we'll find out starting tomorrow. Want to mention real quick here and give honor to 3 players and an associate coach, Bobby Brink, Parker Ford, and Luke Johnson, and then Mark Abelon selected as an assistant coach. Talk about these guys going to the Junior A Challenge and getting that selection.
Yeah, it's pretty, it's an awesome moment. I think you get a chance to put on the USA jersey, represent your country. You've got the ability to play with other players. There's some age requirements and specifications of the team and things, but you're basically, for the most part, pulling off the best American-born players that are needed per se for that team. So they're going to get a chance to obviously get a little bit of new coaching. Anthony Noreen from Tri-City is the head coach, and the Avs will be there to support them along the way, which I think when your players are there and you've got a balance with the coach being there with you, it's helpful. I remember back in the day it was Schmaltzy, McCormick, Herbert, Gady when we won the gold medal. So
that's a pretty good team.
That was a fun group, but the nice part was I think there's some comfort and balance when part of your staff is there with you. So I know they'll represent not only Sioux City well, but the whole U.S. It'll be great experience for those people.
Yeah, and that's coming up not too long, distant future, right?
Yeah,
when
we're
you're
just going to
playing
say
5
that
games.
Johnson's got a little bit of extended vacation coming, so
When are they shipping out?
they ship out December the 4th.
Okay, but he'll be back on Saturday.
He'll play on Saturday, yep.
All right, so they get one game and then
Yeah, then we got a week off somehow in the middle of the season.
a week off. Another one of these things that
Which is-
baffle.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be good.
All right, whatever,
It'll be
glass
good.
half full guy. Go ahead, let's hear it.
Good week of recruiting, let's put it that way, and doing some things that way, seeing our affiliates play.
Guys getting healthy, I guess.
Guys getting healthy,
Yeah.
the whole bit. So we come back and right here after Christmas and things, Martin Pospisil's also been selected for the Slovakian World Junior team. So we'll miss
Not
Martin.
a surprise there.
No, but what an honor, and there you're playing a U20 tournament with the best players from your country up in Vancouver area. So right after we're done there on the 15th, he'll head up there and play for Team Slovakia for a couple weeks.
That's what you get for being good.
Good for him.
Coach, we'll see you at the rink tomorrow.
Absolutely.
That is Luke Strand, the head coach of the Sioux City Musketeers. Wednesday and Friday on the road. Saturday, Bob Rose, North End Zone, and leads the location. This coach's show brought to you by Knife River. So make sure you come on out and, of course, have some turkey and then some hockey, just like that.
20.
Fox Sports Radio 620, KMNS, Sioux City.